good. We thank Yahweh for his power and for his might. You know, Yahweh is good. And as believers of Yahweh, we have to understand the time and that is at hand. Especially when it comes down to our youth. Because there are so many things to distract them. So many things to pull them. And believers, it is praying time. If you look at what's going on with the youth, it don't take a genius to figure out that we all got to hit our knees and do our part. And understand that Yahweh needs to be in the midst of it all. I think about all the things that's going on around us, and I realize that nothing is too hard for Yahweh. He is a mighty one. And for the youth, I say that you're only young once. Don't you believe people when they tell you that they don't get older, that they still feel good in their bodies? Because your mind can tell you one thing, but the physicality part tells you another thing. You got to understand that the power of deception is strong until you put the physical parts into play. So just remember that you are only young once. And only what you do for Yahweh is going to last. And being young, you're going to have many things that pull at you, but you need to rise above it. And you got to understand that can't nobody do you like Yahshua. You got to dig deep, and you got to make sure that foundation is strong. Because when you enter into the working world, you're going to find out you're surrounded by everything and anything under the sun. The word of Yahweh talks about the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge. And that fear of Yahweh talks in reference to is a reverence type of love, a father type of love, an understanding that he is trying to instruct you, he's trying to give you some wisdom, he's trying to develop you. It's all about devotion of Yahweh. So the devotion of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge. So understand that the more you put yourself into Yahweh, the more Yahweh will put himself into you. But it says fools despise wisdom and instruction. And understand what the fool is. The fool is the atheist. Those who are hard-hearted. Those who are wicked in nature. Those who refuse to accept Yahweh on a higher level. So for you, when the word of Yahweh talks about no weapon formed against you going to prosper, it's talking about that fool. That fool is not going to be able to conquer you. That fool is not going to be able to move you from your foundation in Yahweh. You just make sure that you resist those impulses at a very young age. Because when you're young, you feel like you can do everything. You feel like you can defend yourself. But you got to remember, in this natural world that we live in, for every bull there's a butcher. So you fight that fight with Yahweh. Because Yahweh is the one who will give you the strength and give you the victory. He will fight it for you. So, in other words, don't try to do it in the physical. You just let Yahweh fight it for you. You pray and make sure you believe. All you got to have is faith the size of a mustard seed. Just believe in Yahweh's word. And Yahweh will give you the victory. And when it looks like you're not going to win, Yahweh has an awesome way of flipping it around, turning it around, and change the atmosphere. So you just be strong in Yahweh and understand that all that you do, you stand on the word of Yahweh. You pray for your mate. You pray for Yahweh to send you someone who's going to compliment you, not for someone who's going to remove you from your foundation in Yahweh. If you found yourself for someone of such, that's not for you. Because you're going to realize a lot of times, people look at the physical and forget what's inside. But the physical will get old, and it will begin to transition in life. So what was beautiful now takes on a new meaning, because life has taken its toll on it, and now is no longer as advertised. So you just make sure you understand that you put your faith and hope in Yahweh. Because Yahweh is going to allow you to look inside. And you're going to find out that the inner beauty, and the inner beauty of Yahweh will perfect that outside. Let Yahweh direct you. Be strong in Yahweh and be strong in his power of his might. Let us bow our heads. Yahweh, Heavenly Father, Most High, Precious King. We thank you once again for your words. We thank you, Yahweh, for your son. We thank you, Yahweh, for our young people. Pray that you touch them and keep them and guide them and lead them and give them strength, oh Heavenly Father. That may Yahweh understand that you are Almighty One. Yahweh, look down upon Yahweh those who are destitute, those who are alcoholics, those who, Yahweh, who are drug addicts, for those who are struggling in life. Look down upon the confused families, Yahweh, even those who are struggling along the way. Yahweh, look down upon your believers, the strong ones, the ones who are having a hard time right now, Yahweh. To be focused on your word, Yahweh. Just keep them in the midst of the transitions, oh Heavenly Father. And look down upon us all that we may know that you are able to do all things. Look down upon our service today and let your spirit, Yahweh, touch us all and guide us. Look down upon the speaker that he may speak words from on high. He may, Yahweh, touch us. Yahweh, speak for thy servant hearing. Oh, Yahweh, just give us understanding of your word, for you are able to do all things. We pray in Yahshua Mashiach. Hallelujah. Amen.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Minister Butler, for your words of wisdom and for the power moment and for the prayer. We're going to get ready.